to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV. We're here in Newcastle. It's the start of a massive fight week. Finally on Misfits. Finally. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you, broski. It's funny you said finally. I feel like that's the word that everyone keeps saying to me. Finally we got here, do you know what I mean?
Callum, when was it announced that you actually were signed that multi-fight deal? Because it's been a while, hasn't it?
February, the middle of February.
Yeah. And have you been in training since then, just waiting for that fight?
Hungry, 6 days a week, 2-3 times a day since then. I thought my fight was every month since then, so, you know, I've been, ready, you know.
Just waiting for that is our call from Mams Taylor.
Exactly.
The opponent then, OJ, I've spoke to him, seems very confident. He's coming off of a good win against Baby Kimbo.
I wouldn't really call it a good win.
A good name.
It came off a good name for sure. It came off a good name, but, you know, like I said to him on the digital face-off, I basically said, mate, God forbid I ever hold my hands up like this and he taps my arms 4 times and then gets a stoppage. Please, no, never that.
So you think, obviously, if it had gone on, Baby could have potentially beat him?
Yeah, Kimbo was landing some good heavy uppercuts. He was landing some good shots, and you know, OJ looks like a very scared fighter. Very he looks shook.
Have you seen much of him apart from that? Because, as you say, it was the 4 shots and then it did get stopped. Is he going to be a threat to Callum Izzard?
Listen, I'll be honest with you. If I could put on a list the 5 fighters that I wanted to fight before OJ Rose, I probably would have done it, because at the end of the day, I've had all these other fights lined up that fell through. He is a good fighter. I'm not going to sit here and say he's shit, because he really and truly isn't. So when I beat him, it's going to be a good win for me. And God forbid, I don't know who I'm going to have to fight after that, because no one's going to want it.
Why are people avoiding you? You say February, we're now at the end of September. It's a long time for you to wait.
I think it's the work rate. I post a lot of videos. I don't really post as much anymore, my training videos, because, you know, me posting training videos was getting me in trouble. They was like, yeah, we'll fight him. He seems like he only had 1 fight, we'll fight him. Then they go to my Instagram and be like, yo, nah, we're not going to fight this guy.
What do you make of this whole Misfits world? Because we know you've been in the reality TV game for a long time, but the crossover Misfits, there's YouTubers, there's TikTok stars. Do you feel at home with this sort of thing?
Yeah, 100%. Do you know what? It keeps me on the right path, man. You know, I'm a notorious party boy. You know, I own a vodka company. You know, I do events. So this sort of thing, you know, keeps me on the right path in training. Like I say, 2-3 times a day, 6 days a week. The facts speak. It's just it's a sick game, and the fact that we can all be a part of it now, I love it. Because we be training like fighters, do you know what I mean? I'm training at the side of real fighters as well that are going for big championships, and you know, they're doing the exact same as what I'm doing.
I spoke to Tom Zanetti last week, and obviously he had 2 fights, didn't go his way, but he said he really struggled to balance that lifestyle of the party and the clubs. Have you found the same?
I mean, yeah, I own a vodka company, like I just said, and I do parties a couple of times a month. So it's like the 2 things just go the complete opposites. But, you know, I do what I can and I make it work.
Moving forward, then, obviously it's not a one and done. It's a multi-fight deal. Are you looking to gradually and kind of smartly build your way up through these ranks? And who is the targets for you moving into next year? Look,
I've learned the hard way that really and truly is not down to me. You know, I've guaranteed you, if you ask Mams who's belled his phone out the most, who's texted him the most, who's been on his motherfucking case, he will tell you straight up, I have been annoying that guy since February, asking for the fights, and this is the one that I got handed to me finally in September. So really and truly, whatever comes, I'm just going to snatch and grab.
You want to name and shame anyone that said no to the call?
I mean, I was on there for Salt Pappy, and then that fell through. His management didn't want the smoke. You know, Anthony Taylor was up there, that was in talks. There's been some big names for me, bro, but lo and behold, I mean, this is 2 funny ones though. So when I wasn't signed to Misfits, Ryan Taylor and Swarms were both on my case saying, you'll never be here, people don't know who you are, blah, 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 this and that, yeah? So I started Misfits, I said, yo, what are you saying? They're like, I'm like, what are you saying? I'm tagging them both, showing screenshots to all thousands of people to see what these guys have been trying to torture me, saying I would never get here. And now I'm here, and they ain't here. So let's see if we get them.
Do you think it's going to be difficult for you? Because if you go out and take out OJ Rose, make a real statement, you're going to be even more avoided than before.
I said this from the start. I said, I don't know why you passed me someone that's kind of high up in the rankings, in my opinion, in terms of boxing ability, because when I knock him out, it's more peak for me, because I'm just going to get harder and harder opponents. You know, most people go like this. I feel like I'm starting here and they're only going to go like that, but it is what it is. High expectations, I guess. Certainly
high expectations. Just to finish up, a prediction, how are you going to finish it on Saturday night?
Nice and quick. We don't get paid for overtime, baby.
Excellent, Callum Izzard. Thank you very much for being to IFL TV, and finally we'll see you ring Saturday.
To not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,